Hey guys, Cindy over paper.old.new. How you doing? That's my glasses. I'm gonna put those on. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by and being here with me today. God bless you. And I haven't done a craft room clean out in a minute. We've had a few other videos go up. As you can see, I have a lot of scraps on my desk here. They all came out of this drawer. This was fabric scraps. What we're going to do is part of my clean out is going to be fabric. Now, I'm starting at the scraps end because the drawers are easier to manage. As you can see, I've kind of piled it up. This is like scrappy bits that are all torn in different shapes and sizes. This is all pattern fabric, relatively decent size. Could probably make pockets, tags, all kinds of stuff out of this. So I have a whole bunch of that here, all different. These are solids, okay? These are strips. So like this is a long strip of fabric, all of these. Here are some smaller squares. This is all heavy fabric, like upholstery or, like that, kind of thick, heavy fabrics, textile, or something that you could use for some sort of heavier project, covering a seat cover, any of that sort of thing. Okay, so that's those. These are some bigger pieces. These were two of the first pieces I took out. I think this is an old pillowcase, most of which is still here. This is a scrap from something that I'm pretty sure I have in my bigger fabric stash. And these are all the wallpaper book fabric pieces. Some of them I've cut up and used parts of, like that. The other bin that needs to be gone through in respect to all of this is this one. This is trim, ribbon, and lace scraps. So there's all kinds of mess in here. I mean, if I cut it off of something and I didn't know where to put it, it got thrown in here. That's pretty much what happened. And so all of this needs going through. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I've decided that my next, I've come up with a making from my mess, guys. Can you tell? We're going to go through and do making from my fabric mess. And we are going to use fabrics and trims, and we are going to see what kinds of projects we can go through and make with them. So we have to figure out what to do with all of this mess. And by we, I mean me, and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it. Okay, I'm going to put this trim bin down for now because we're not going to be able to go through that tonight. So I'm going to be putting this all back in the drawer, but we're going to have it. It's going to be sorted now. So I got the box sorted, cleaned up a little bit. And I kind of just I stuck the laces in here because when we do when we start doing the fabric series for making from my mess, I'm going to start in here. This isn't the only place I'm going to pull from, but I'm going to start in here, and we're going to use up some of these scrappy bits, and we're probably going to use up some of this lace because it's small, and I feel like it would be good to get it used up. So this is where we're going to start, is in this box. Now, my bigger fabric pieces, I'm just going to put this down here for now. My bigger fabric pieces, I want to bring you along, and we are going to start sorting like my big bundles of fabric and trim. And what my thought is I'm trying to get closer and closer to making those bundles to put in my shop. So what my thought is we're going to start bringing stuff out. I'm going to decide if I'm going to keep any of it for myself. And if it's something big, I'm going to decide how much of it I'm going to keep for myself. And then I'm going to cut it up into, I'm thinking I'm going to start with 6 bundles. If it seems like I've got enough stuff to make more than that, then I'll, maybe we'll flood over. But I'm going to start with this bag. If you remember a while back, I did a haul. I'm going to put this down on the floor because I actually can't walk with it up there, but I wanted to show it to you. I did a haul, and it was my sister. And she gave me a bunch of stuff out of her basement that she wasn't going to use anymore. This I'm actually going to keep. I'm not going to, there's not enough of it here for me to cut it up and put it into bundles, and I'll use it as both border trim and as individual rosettes. So that's going to be a keep piece, as is this. I showed you with one of these where I took it off of the barrette. These are just this first bag. I'm trying to go through all of the trims and extras that I have. Guys, my area is just too full. It's got too much stuff in it. I love that. And basically what I do is I pull it off of this barrette. So I don't want to pull the felt. The felt is holding it together, I think. I get in here, and this is I'll do that later off camera. Because I get in here and I want to do all this stuff, and then I end up not getting in. Look at, they're all bent because I wasn't paying attention. This just needs to go in my sticker drawer. I'm not really sure. I need to lay it under some books. This also needs to, see, I did this haul, and you see the bag is still sitting there. I haven't been through it. So, I mean, part of this is my fault. Nice big piece of ribbon. This is wired. Yeah. So, I might actually put this down in the scrappy drawer that I just put on the floor. This is a roll of, I actually started sorting. So, like, I have these fabrics. This is what I'm talking about. I have, like, this piece of upholstery. I'm pretty sure I have a big piece of this somewhere. This is one of these rolls. These are all small bits of fabric that I bought. This was at Hobby Lobby. I got this. This I got at flea market or something. You know, I mean, these are all smaller bits that, not for nothing, I probably won't share. No offense, but there's not enough of them there. I do have tons of stuff that I will share. For example, I don't know how much tulle I will actually use. So maybe some of this gets taken off and put into bundles. So my idea for putting stuff into the bundles would be like this. Let's open this up. I mean, I'm sure I would use some of it. I'm not going to get rid of all of it because I can see it like behind things and, you know, under things and stuff like that. But I mean, it's so thin and light. I could definitely get enough to put in 6 bundles off of this. I don't know how many pulls I did right there. It'd probably be better if I measured it, but okay, I'm just going to cut this one off, and then there's enough of it here that I can barely see it, guys. There's enough of it here. I'm just going to stick this in my scraps, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to cut it. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. You like my very scientific measurements? You like my... Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 6 little bundles of, and I'll take them and spread them out, fold them up real nice and neat to go in the bundles. But this is 6 bundles, that one's escaping, of tulle that will go into those bundles I was telling you I was going to make. These bundles are going to be full of stuff. Okay, so tulle. And look, I mean, maybe I cut that roll in half. I don't think so, but all right, so we've got full bundles. And then I have a roll of tulle for whatever. I actually have several rolls of stuff like this that I could probably share because I just don't know how much of it I would use. So that. Sorry, I know this is going to get relatively tedious. She did have a bunch of ribbons, and I don't have any room. I think this is why I didn't unpack this bag. I don't have any room in my ribbon things on my little ribbon racks anymore. But this is all ribbon I would use. Like polka dots. Heck yeah. Love me some polka dots. I know this is like doing a haul video over again. But this is going to be the hardest thing for me to clean out. So I wanted to get this cleaned out first. So we're going through this, and I promise I'm going to share. Well, I'm going to put stuff in bundles. Now, I can also do trades in Happy Mail with some of this stuff, so feel free to email me if you want to do some sort of Happy Mail trade. This is just kind of a fuzzy flower, which I will definitely need. I love having little fuzzy things like that to put on stuff. See, my sister had all kinds of, and I don't know this is here. So, like, I would make a journal where this would look really cute in the journal, and I wouldn't know that I had it because I'm not, it's all buried in that bag. All right, what do we got here? Oh, okay, let's open this up. This is little burlap sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might put one of these in each thing because I don't know how often I'll actually use these. So 2 is probably more than I need. So we're going to put this back here to go in the bundles. A couple of burlap sacks. Here's another one of these. I know you guys love watching me take these off of here, don't you? Look, see, here's more animal print. This is Grow Game. I'm glad I haven't done any of those animal books yet. I don't know. This is just a piece of folded wire polka dot ribbon, which I'll probably end up making a folded ruffle out of. Okay, this is more lace. I have so much of this that I don't even, I'm not. Here, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to see if I can get 6 12-inch strips of this. So that cuts here. 1, 5. We're making bundles, guys. We're making bundles. Told you I was going to make them. 6. All right, so there's 6, and I have a strip for myself. Oh, this is that ribbon that's in the, oh, it's kind of like organza, or it's clear, like mesh almost. Guys, I have a ton of ribbon. I don't need any more ribbon. This is more of those little rosettes. Okay. I think this is all one. So in our effort to clean out, I am going through large bins of fabrics and trims and such. And yeah, that's all one piece. I don't know. I might be able to get them apart. Oh, maybe not. They're stuck to each other's felt thing. So maybe I can't. And I think they're glued in the middle too. So that's one big rosette piece. I should just, oh look, a scratch. Oh, that's been coffee dyed. I will say this, I do like sticking my fabric in tea and coffee and kind of making it dingy looking so that it looks like it came, like it's older than it is. All right, here's some more little owls, big polka dots. I don't know what I'll do with the owls. I think this is called a key, Grecian key. I don't know. And then these are trims. This doesn't look like she opened them. This must have been the ribbon bin. Okay, here we go. This is stuff. I do not like satin ribbon. I don't like it. So, how much is on this roll? 9 feet. 1.5 feet. I don't know if there's still 9 feet left. There's also a purple one in here. That looks like it's still taped. Like, that doesn't look like tape you would have at home. Well, let's see if I can get... This needs to go to 30. And this to 12, and I cut it right here. So that's an 18-inch piece of satin, blue satin ribbon. You use that for something, right? If you like using satin ribbon. I do not. 3. No, you guys are loving this, right? So the making from my mess, we're going to revisit some projects. Some of the projects we're going to do, you may have already seen. We're going to modify some projects that I've already done. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot. Okay, well, one of the bags will not have a piece of white satin in it. I mean, blue satin in it. But I have more satin downstairs that I'm probably not going to use. So more than likely, whichever one doesn't get one of these. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never mind. I have 6. All right. So there's 6 pieces of blue satin. Ooh. And I saw over at Treasure Books, we did the, you guys see the video? Have you seen the video she does where she does this circles? Yeah. I'm not clicking it right now. I'm going to hang on to it though. Okay. Let's do this one. I know. So once I get everything cut and I work out, I might have to order some sort of bags or something to put stuff in. One. All right, this one's a little short. Again, I was being very precise. So one of them would be a little short. But we have lavender tulle, and this is black grosgrain. I like grosgrain ribbon. Oh, this is more of that owls. I like black grosgrain ribbon. Just for ribbon. Okay. And then we have these. My sister's boys play baseball. I don't have anything. I don't know what to do with the loose ribbon. I don't know how to put it away, so to speak. I don't have any place to put it. I don't know what to do with it. Right now, I'm dropping it down into that box of fabric. Oh, these are chipboard letters. Oh, look. Holy Hannah. Guys, I don't want this. I won't use this. These are the same. I don't have any tape. I don't have any. You see what I'm trying to do here? I'm adding some to this spool. And then each bundle will have a spool of ribbon. 3 of them will be white. 2 of them will be light blue. I didn't measure these, so they are all going to be different. There's white. This one's green. These are all going to go in bins, bundles, whatever. So there'll be a spool of ribbon in each one. Oh, look, more satin ribbon. I need to see how much satin ribbon is in this bag, because these might also go in bundles. None of these are satin. This is satin ribbon with ducks on it. This is the orange grosgrain. I have to figure out what to do with all this ribbon now, guys. Oh, puppy paws. I want that. Oh, here's a yellow one. I'm going to put this back here. Here's some more orange. Okay, I've got 2 of these. I do not need this much orange Rogaine. Is this 9 feet? No, this is 12 feet. That's 1. So my daughter's getting ready to. This is being filmed at the end of our first full week of summer. And my daughter, 1, 2, 3, 4, is getting ready to start that summer school I was telling you about, where she's going to do geometry over the summer so she can get caught up. And that starts, this one's just going to be a little long. That starts on Monday. It is Friday. So that says baby love. That says baby love. Can you guys tell how thrilled I am with some of this stuff? Okay, here's one of those flowers. And here's a whole bunch of tags. These are craft paper tags. I don't know how much is in here. According to this, 100 pieces. So they're nice and sturdy too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to, I'm trying to, the other thing that, besides paring down, it allows for us to get hold of things that, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, maybe I can't find something, or you can't find something that I've shown you anywhere, and I have a ton of it. You know, why not share? I still have a ton of this. I bet all 100 of them. So you probably use like 5. There's probably 95 of those in there, minus those. So I know I said this was going to be fabric, and it's turning out to be everything and anything but. This is smaller orange Rogaine. Okay, I'm dropping these down to go in the bundles. Sorry, that's a Paper Outpost thing. I can't steal her name. I'm dropping these down to go in with the bundles, and I will sort how I'm going to do that later. I am not going to cut that pink ribbon right now, because I might go through my own ribbon and find other spools that I'm not using and that I want to get rid of because I probably won't use, and they may end up in the bundles. So these are tags. Sorry, I just tossed them over to where they go. All right, now I have a trash bag. Okay. I mean, guys, we got a bag cleared out. Of course, I have to figure out what to do with all that ribbon, but we got a bag cleared out. I'm excited. These 2 are trims, and I can put them up. If they'll fit, I can put them up in my little trim area up here. All right, and then the rest of them, I'll have to figure it out. But we got some stuff done, which I'm happy with. So, yay us. These are open. They're just letters. I don't ever know what to do with random letters. Okay, now, next bin of fabric. Okay, this is the next bin. Now, I will say that I'm going to caveat this by saying this is clothes. All right, these are clothes that I decided rather than give away, I was going to cut up because I like the patterns of the fabric. Now, as I'm going through here, if I decide, you know what, this shirt's still intact, it's good, somebody could wear it, I might go ahead and change my mind and put it in the Goodwill bins. Just because I have a ton of fabric, I don't necessarily need to cut up shirts. So like for this, I might put that in the Goodwill bin. I mean, it's cute and all, but I don't need to cut it up. So we're going to put that over there. This, my sister gave me from a party. Somebody gave me this from a party we were at. This is probably going to get cut up and turned into it's long. It's a runner. So it can get cut up and turned into several book covers. I think it would make great covers because it's colorful and you can decorate it as a background. All right, let me put this down on the ground. Okay, this is a see-through blouse that I got. And as you can see, I've already cut a sleeve off of it, so there's no giving this to Goodwill. We are going to break this down really quick. I'm hoping this doesn't take long. Let's see how long it takes us to break one of these down. We'll scavenge what we can off of here. So I've got buttons. If I could get my scissors in there. Okay, so we've got buttons. This might take longer than expected, especially if I start getting picky. Okay, so we got a few buttons off of it. I think the sleeve also has a button. So we can take this button. Okay. And then basically I just cut, like the collar is probably a separate piece. I mean, it should be a separate piece. It's not see-through. It's I don't know if it's got something in the middle or if it's just the fabric is doubled up a couple times, like folded over on itself. I don't know what the deal is, but this is my thought on breaking down a blouse, if you want to break down a blouse for this sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to take the collar off first. What is that? Oh, a button. All right, so we missed this button. Let's take this one. Okay, and then we got this little bitty button. I'm sure there's like a piece of the shirt where you could put that with it and it would like hold it together at the top or whatever, hold the collar closed. Okay, so we have the collar. This is a strip all in its own. And I think that you could do a lot with this piece. First of all, it can be a spine. You just cut the tips off, right? You could also make a couple pockets with it. I would probably keep it intact, although I can feel the layers, so you can pull it apart. I can't tell how it's done unless I pull it apart, but so I would take that collar off, okay, and then the back is just a nice big piece of fabric, right? If I get down right between the shoulder blades, I don't know if this tears. This doesn't really tear. So you don't really have much choice but to cut it. And I just do the best I can with, as far as straight goes. Because that's around the arm. So I had to go around the arm. And then I'm cutting down along the side seam. Okay. And you've got this piece from the back. The collar is off the top. Now, the sleeves are off. And the two pieces from the front, the two front panels that button together, are going to be separate now because the back is not connecting them. I lost it. There it is. This is really hard to see. I'm rough cutting. I'm not worried about it. When I go to use it, I'll cut it into pieces I want. So I'm not. Okay, and then I get a side panel like that, right? Okay. Which, if I'm going to break it down further, I would take the sleeve off And since I want the side panel on its own, that's the back panel. This no longer has, I won't say it doesn't have any seams. It has the bottom seam on it, but I'm not going to take that off right now. I'll just wait. Okay. But now I have a piece of fabric that can just get folded up and put in my fabrics. Okay. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut. Now is when I'm going to eliminate as many of the seams as I can. So I'm going to take the sleeve off around the shoulder. I'm cutting to the inside of the shoulder, so like on the shirt side of the shoulder. Okay, and here's your sleeve. All right, and I feel like if you go, so if I take this and I cut the cuff off, you've got another one of those strips. Okay, this is one of those reinforced kind of deals because there's no, it's folded over on itself a couple times like the collar. And as far as this fabric here goes, you can leave it. I mean, I kind of like this little ruffly bit here at the bottom. I might cut some of that off, but you've got another strip. Okay. And then this is the side piece from the shirt. So this is one of the side panels from the front. Again, I would take off the button strip. So this is the strip with the button holes in it. Okay. And another piece of fabric. Folded it up. Nice and ready to go. The sleeve is in a loop, but it is just the sheer fabric at this point. You could cut the seam off at the top, but again, just like the bottom seam on these, I would probably wait until I'm ready to use it. So this can get folded up and put in with the fabric. And here's another strip, and this one's got buttonholes in it. So you might be able to figure out a way. You could use this, you know what you could use this for? You might be able to use this as a journal, like a closure, because it's nice and strong. And if you put it in your journal and used a button, you could just button it onto your journal, right? How fun would that be? Okay, so journal closure, stripe, whatever. Okay, and then this is the other front panel, and this is the piece that the buttons came off of. So, and then this one still has the shoulder because I cut it free differently. I'm not going to cut this one. I'm just going to fold it up. So you get the idea. Cut it into pieces and and there. Now I have pieces of fabric rather than a blouse. This is the other blouse that I already cut down, or I cut part of off. I think I did the same thing with this one. I cut the sleeve off. So now I will go through and do the same thing. I'll cut off the buttons, and then I'll take this apart back to front. Okay, so this one's already designated fabric. I'm trying to find some of the fabric that I might be. So that's what this entire basket is, pretty much. It's pretty much like clothes that I decided would make good, what do you call it? Good junk journal stuff. Okay, I wanted to get into some of the, okay, this one. This is a table runner. All right. But in here I have, that's not supposed to be in there. That's supposed to be down there. These are bits of fabric. This is vintage sheet. This is upholstery fabric. These pieces are rather smaller. But I have down in here bigger pieces of stuff. This again is upholstery fabric. So like, this is kind of a large piece. right, let's move this out of the way. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to move this down onto back over here where I had it. So I have some space. And we're going to look at, here's some Christmas fabric. Okay. I don't think I need all of this Christmas fabric. So let's cut some pieces. Now, I'm trying to figure out how much of it I've got. This is not going to be easy, guys. So my idea with these big pieces is, okay, basically, if I take this and I cut it in half, and by cut it, I mean tear it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here at this. This is the halfway point. Okay. And I'm going to take one half of it and I'm going to fold it up and put it back in my stash. I mean, let's be honest. As much as we would love to have tons and tons of the stuff that we like, eventually, no matter what it is, do you not get tired of looking at it? Like the same stuff over and over again? So like you have it and you're like, I really love this fabric, but I've used it and I've used it and I've used it and I still have so much of it left. What am I going to do with it? I feel like that's how we get. And I feel like that's why it's better for me to take this fabric and cut it down. Now, I'm going to see how many folds are in this. I think there's only 4. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm basically going to do is there's going to be 8 folds. So I'll still have 2 more pieces of this that I'll keep. But I'm going to cut along that crease. All right. And then we're going to tear on the folds. So I'm going to tear here. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to tear here. And I'm going to tear here. And that'll give me 4 pieces. That's 1. And then this half, I'll get 2 more off of here. So I'm just going to do it in the middle. This one will get folded back up and put back with my stuff. So see, I still have plenty. And everybody gets a nice swatch of it, so to speak. Okay, so a piece like this. So it's got some of the poinsettia, it's got some of the border. So a piece like this will go in each bundle. I'm not going to fold them right now. I'm going to take these and I'm going to throw them on the floor behind me. And when I'm done with the video, I will return to them and fold them up. Okay, this is a nice big piece. Okay, it's got a half fold. So again, I don't know how well this tears. And we're about to find out. Because I'm going to cut it in the middle like I did the poinsettias. I'm tearing across it. Oh no. Okay, there it goes. All right, and then I got to the end and I think I hit the branding strip. The edge of the fabric edge or whatever. Okay, and then I'm going to fold up part of this to go in my stash. This is also going to make more room in my craft room. Well, that's what I said anyway, is that this was going to make more room in my craft room. Because my craft room and my bedroom share space. So it's like trying to, I mean, I wish I had a dedicated craft room, but I don't. So now I feel like this isn't something that you necessarily need a lot of. So if I can get 5 strips, 5 cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Darn it. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is just going to be a narrower, longer piece. So we're going to take a piece off the length at the bottom. That's going to be piece number 6. Okay, so somebody's going to get a long, narrow piece, and then somebody will get, the rest will be shorter, wider pieces. So now with this, all I have to do is tear at my cuts. Okay, one. All right, I'll clean up the strings and everything later. Okay, next. I have this. I don't know. There's actually less of this than I thought. This is actually really thick. So even though this looks like a lot of fabric, it's not really. What I might do is cut right here. I want to share. And this is denim. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Okay, so just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to cut this front panel off of the fold. So the other thing my daughter and I have been trying to do is stay on a relatively decent sleep schedule. Because of course next year she's going to have to go back and we're going to have to get back on this getting up at 6 in the morning and driving up there. But we've been slowly but surely easing our way into a like staying up later kind of a deal where we don't. I'm going to fold this in half. This is going to be patches, so I'm going to give everybody, all the bundles will have a patch of this in it. I'm going to tear it so you've got torn edges. And then this is going to get cut into thirds. So when I'm eyeballing, we're not being exact. Okay, so I think they're close. They're the same size. So 6 of those. This fabric I absolutely love. I don't know if I'm going to share this one, guys, but it is part of my fabric stash and we are going through. So I'm going to fold that up and put it down here. I will, however, share this one. So let's see what we've got. This is also a thick upholstery fabric. That's still quarters. So there's a lot of it here. I don't know if this will tear like the poinsettia stuff did. Like where I tear and it gives me... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, that's still 4 layers. Holy cow. There's a lot more of this than I thought. We're going to try it. I'm going to cut. Okay, I have a fold here that's about middle. And I'm going to see... Oh. Okay. So this is going to get folded up and go back in my stash. And we're going to do... Oh, did I do this the wrong way? This is like... No, not necessarily. So what I'll do is if I can get this to tear the way I want it to, I should be able to do them in pairs. Okay. All right. 1, 2. Yeah. So if I cut here, I know you guys can't see, but this fabric is long, so I can't come up onto the desk. And I'll still get to keep some of this for me. So, all right, I'm standing and I'm tearing. I think I'm tearing the other way. So it's giving me grief. Okay, that one's mine. Okay. Now, there's no fold here anymore that's holding these together. So let's just... Okay, that's 2 pieces right there. So this will be the size of the pieces. That's not bad. And this is, like I said, this is a nice thick upholstery fabric. So everybody will get one of these. Or every bundle will get one of these. If you buy a bundle, you get some. Where is the... I know I have another mark. Don't I? Oh, maybe it's... Oh, it's up here. Okay. All right, and this will give us my other 4. Okay. That's that. Oh, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I had a lot of fabric. I got big bundles of fabric like this at Community Thrift, I think. Just because, I mean, it was like a roll of it, and they would mark it down, and then it would be the color of the sticker that was on sale that week or whatever, and it would just be really cheap. So I was like, yeah, that's a lot of fabric for that little bit of money. So sure. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do this one, because this one is not... All right, give me just a second, guys. All right, I'm going to do like I did with the last fabric. We're going to cut this in half right here. Okay. And I'll keep half of it. And then you figure out what I've done here. I think. Okay. Now, what we'll do is, it doesn't have fold marks for me to go by. So I'm going to kind of eyeball thirds, sort of. So I need to cut here. And I need to cut here. These are going to be big pieces, guys. This will be a nice big piece of this. You guys watching me tear? Okay. And then that's 3. So you'll get a piece this big. Because now I have to cut these at the top fold and tear them. Okay, that's 2. Sorry, I know. This was kind of a mind-numbing, tedious... But I'm paring down and trying to share what I've got. I don't know about this. This is something I actually bought to reupholster some chairs, and then I ended up getting rid of the chairs. So there's a lot of it here. It's like a duck fabric. So it's like canvas. It's really thick. I suppose I could do like I did with the denim and take off a swath of it. Because there's a lot of this here too. So let's do this. I'm not going to be able to tear this. Heck, I can barely cut it. Well, it is doubled up. It's one of those things. I'm cutting along a fold. Am I in the picture? I'm trying not to lean into I'm standing up again. So like that. And then basically what I'll do is I'll cut here. This is 2 pieces because that's folded. And then I'll cut here. This is a really thick canvas. Or duck fabric or whatever you want to, because I wanted the seats to be like stain resistant. So this will be a piece of nice big canvas. And then this one, I have to cut this one in half. All right. So that's the duck fabric. So that's the bin of my big, like, thick upholstery fabrics. And look, guys, we went through the whole thing. Yeah, I've been with you for about an hour now. Plus, I'm doing this video after I did that intro part that you saw with the bins. This was kind of, I came back and re-recorded some more because I didn't like the way that video went. So I added to it. I just did the whole kit and caboodle. This is not even close to done. So I may bring you back in for another session of going through some bins and baskets because it's not full anymore, though. This used to be up to the top. So yeah, I've got space. I like having space. Anyway, so I'm going to go through that clothing one on my own and decide what I'm going to do with all that. I may get rid of a bunch of it just because I don't want to deal with it, and some of the shirts are still intact. And I may just put them in the charity bins. As for the rest of my fabric, I still have stuff to go through. Guys, I still have this. I want to take a seam ripper to this and pull it apart. And as you can see, there's lots of yo-yos of the same fabrics. So you can see this one's here. There's a couple of that one there. And I think they're scattered throughout the whole thing. I want to sit down with a seam ripper, pull this apart into separate yo-yos. And then I may put, these are, I'd say they're vintage. Some of this fabric doesn't look, I wouldn't go as far as saying antique, but it's definitely vintage. And I will bust this up. And I'm going to put some of the yo-yos into the bundles. So some yo-yos will go in. I've got a huge thing of laces and trims. I've got these. Remember these that I bought and hauled? I have tons of these that are like, so I could cut off portions of some of these and share. I mean, there is a ton of stuff to go in these bundles. These bundles are going to be huge. So, I hope you guys are looking to get some really cool journaling supplies. And as soon as, I'm going to rip this apart off camera, but we might go through the laces and trims on camera. So, you guys bear with me. I'm getting into getting these bundles made. I told you I really wanted to do it. So we're doing it. Also stop back in and make sure you check out the series for, the new fabric series for Making With My Mess. We're going to go through and do a whole bunch of projects that we can now do with some of these fabrics and trims that we have, and hopefully just knock all kinds of really cool ideas out of the park and make some really neat fabric ephemera to go into our journals. I think that's one of the things I use the least is fabric. So I want to change that because I have a ton of it. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the ribbon is fabric. So I'd like to also, use some of, this is satin. This might go in a, thing. I don't like satin ribbon, guys. Okay, that's it for me for this one. This was a long one, guys. So if you sat with me through all of the cutting and the tearing and the ripping and the processing, then you saw that these bundles are going to have some really cool stuff in them. And I'm really, really getting really excited about getting them together. So I'll see you in the next one, and make sure you check out the Making With My Mess video. I'm hoping to have the first one up soon. Also, go back and see the revisits because I'm going back and letting you know what I liked in Tina's Mess Makes and what I probably won't use, but you might. So check it out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless. Bye-bye.